something, here's where I want to pivot this conversation to next, is I'm not saying this will happen or should happen, but if something in Microsoft's pretty stacked lineup for this year, and specifically this fall, were to get bumped because they want to stay out of GTA's way, what would it be? So if we go in and look at what they've got coming down the pipeline, it's not going to be Call of Duty. No way. I don't think that's ever happened. I don't think they've ever just bumped a Call of Duty out of 1 year that I can recall. So you've got Call of Duty. That's pretty much a lock for 2026. It's probably not going to be Halo Campaign Evolved because you got a 25th anniversary right there. They already let us play it last year. Like that seems like it's coming along at by the fall at the latest. It's definitely not going to be Forza Horizon 6 because that's pretty locked in and loaded for the next month.
Yep.
And I guess the other game that they recently announced is Minecraft Dungeons, which Minecraft Dungeons 2, I should clarify there, but could that be next year? Sure. Is that a big game in the sort of tentpole AAA sense? Probably not. Not to disparage it, but it's not on that sort of Fable, Gears, Halo.
It's a Minecraft spinoff.
Yeah, exactly. So it does seem like Fable would be the odd game out there because, one, they're not just trying to launch a game that they've spent tens of millions of dollars on with Fable. They're trying to relaunch a franchise with Fable. And you're not going to take the last 8, whatever, probably 8 or more, or 7 plus years of building up that whole new team at Playground and building Fable. You're not just going to throw that into the wood chipper by sending it out to die in front of Grand Theft Auto 6. So you want Fable itself to be successful, but then you want it to be successful enough that we can get a Fable 2, a Fable 3, etc. So that one, to me, even though they've been coming out and saying very repeatedly autumn 2026 for Fable, that one to me seems like the odd one out, even though I take absolutely zero pleasure in saying that because, as I've said on this podcast before, of everything Microsoft has coming up, Fable is by far the thing I'm most excited about. Like, pumped for Gears, but Fable's the one that I'm just crazy excited about. So, Michael, are you buying the stock that I'm selling on this?
Well, I'm buying the stock you're selling in that Fable is the most exciting thing that Xbox is going to be putting out in a long time. Rebooting a tentpole franchise and putting this much time and effort into it. And based on what we've showcased so far, it seems like it has a lot of ambitious gameplay systems. But again, like I said, this is a game that you want to live in, and this is a game that you want to give space to. You put a lot of chips into this. You don't put chips in a basket, you put eggs in a basket. They put so many eggs in this basket already that, like, again, you want to maximize the potential for it. And as you were talking about this, I'm like, yeah, this I'm totally like buying. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm buying what you're selling. And I would think February next year would be perfectly fine. Like, we've seen marquee games hit their stride when they launch in February. Elden Ring came out in February 2022. It was the biggest thing in the world at the time.
Sold huge that year. Game of the year.
Yeah, and there are a lot of games come out in the February-March window now, but I feel like Fable
wasn't Hogwarts Legacy in that same window too, when it was the best-selling game of what, 2 years ago was that?
Can't remember.
Yeah, that was also an early release, and I think Expedition 33 also an early release.
Yep.
Michael, you read in my mind, frankly. That's what I was going to say too, is like, if this gets pushed to February, that's fine with me.
That's great. Please
do. That sounds great.
Give us like the game to play in that window time. I think Fable could be that. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's definitely been like a new marquee release period, and there's almost always something that big that launches then.
Oh yes.
So I think that'd be good. And I'm although I'm very excited and curious about how Fable does, I am personally more excited for Gears A-Day. So I'm okay if that's the one that gets the fall release.
Absolutely. The was some other thing I was going to say about Fable. I mean, if this game has been kind of pushed around in terms of its release and when they're saying how far along it is, I think if you were to say like, hey, actually, we're going to launch early 2027, I think most people will look at that and instead of thinking, oh, this game is in trouble, they were like, oh, we get it. Like it's fine. This is more of just releasing during a more opportune time rather than seeing like the alarms go off in terms of like the status of this game. But yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it. I'm still eager to play it. I want it to come out in fall this year. But if it doesn't, that's okay too.
Yeah, I'm with that as well. Again, to clarify, we are not advocating for this. We are not saying something will get delayed, but when you actually look at it again, and I do want to like exit the soul, pull my soul out of my own body and just like look down and go, wait a second, are we actually having a real serious conversation about Microsoft having too many games for 1 year? Like if we were to go back in time to 2015, Miranda, and show ourselves this episode, we'd be like, wait, what? How did they do it? How did they finally get there?
What a nice problem to have.
Yeah. So they deserve a lot of credit for that. Again, like this year it's Forza Horizon 6. It's Minecraft Dungeons 2. It's
Gears.
I mean, Call of Duty is not exclusive, and it's, I don't know if you can not count that if you want to, but I mean, even Diablo 4 Lord of Hatred is in that mix too, as a big expansion that I'm definitely looking forward to making time for. Halo Campaign Evolved, the Unreal Engine 5 remake, Fable, Gears, like it's a lot, and we've been waiting.
Happening.
This is all we've been waiting for years and years, and Microsoft's finally gotten to that place. So I do want to recognize that here before we continue. But yeah, it just if something's got to give because of GTA, it's. I think we're all pretty well aligned, and it's probably going to be Fable, but
yeah,
better for it to wait, get a little more polish. Why not? And have a better chance to be set up for success in early 27 than to be sent out to die against GTA.
Yeah, I just want time to enjoy Fable and not have to worry about everything else coming out. I know that's a very specific kind of issue for people like us who do have to play everything, but I just know that this is again, you said, Ryan, that we're not advocating for it to get delayed. I'm personally advocating for it to get delayed because there's too much. And this is, of course, only Xbox games. This isn't even third party or other games coming out. Like, there's just so much. And I'm like, I really just want to enjoy this game. So, again, nice problem to have.
Yeah.
Please don't do December. Please don't.
My God,
Please
December
don't.
Releases. I like having a new game to play during winter break, but also for coverage, especially something as big as this. God. Please don't.
Smaller games in December are great. Big games in December are painful.
If
for
I
me personally
were somebody that had put time, effort, and money into a game that I really cared about, that I was making or financing, I would stay the hell away from December because GTA 6
time.
GTA is going to take over my gaming life completely starting on November 19th or whenever we get it. Like I've been waiting over a decade for this, and so have millions and millions and millions of other gamers. Like, and it's, to your point, Miranda, GTA is a big game. Like, even taking GTA Online completely out of the equation, just the world of Leonida, that fictional Florida, it's going to be like 40, 50 plus, like all the way up. You could spend 100 hours in GTA if you wanted to, and could easily do that. So like, I hope nothing comes out after from November 19th through the end of the year. Like,
There are going to be some small cheeky games in there for sure, but
other than who was it? Was it Devolver was saying that? And I don't remember the game. Didn't they say they had something they were purposely going to release the same day as GTA 6?
Just to spite him.
Honestly, I could see Devolver doing that. If it's Hatoful Boyfriend 2, though, GTA is going to have to sit down for a second and move out of the way for Hatoful Boyfriend.
Yeah, that's a good compliment to GTA. But I will also say that we're not going to see Fable in December. I would definitely not. I wouldn't bet on that because like December is this. There are certain games that can thrive in that time period. Fable's not one of them. Where I mean, Microsoft's going to want as much of the mind share as they can possibly have with this game. And you're not really going to get that in December from whether it's media or just like conversations online. I don't know how much we like really put stock into award shows and like Game of the Year awards through like not just the Keeleys, but like across the whole industry, so releasing in that time period kind of muddies what you consider a game that came out there. I know there's like a cutoff. We have a cutoff for release date when we consider a game of the year. So does the TGAs.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which I'm a massive fan of. I think for me, it was the best game of 2024. It fell into that December hole where it certainly didn't get anything at the Game Awards either. I guess like the following year, right? Because it missed the cutoff for that year. So exactly to your point, Michael.
Yeah. And like, this is a much larger game that's going to take a lot longer to get through. So it's funny you mentioned Indiana Jones. I'm like, oh, damn. Yeah, that kind of did get lost in the sauce, I guess, coming out in December. Like, again, that's a game that I was happy to play through winter break. That was like the perfect window of time to like enjoy something like that. Yeah. A little bit more cerebral, kind of also movie popcorn-ish. Like that was a really fun thing to have in December. But again, it wasn't talked about for awards that year it came out. But also by the time you get to the end of the next year, I feel like the conversation has moved on, unfortunately. So yeah, I don't see Fable at all coming out in December.
And as one more final point from me on Fable, this goes out to Asha Sharma directly. If we need to get her listening every week at the dog park, the same way that Phil Spencer did. Asha Sharma, please give friend of the podcast, Aaron Greenberg, and his Xbox marketing team a huge frickin' marketing and advertising budget for Fable whenever it comes out. The word needs to be put out about it. Because again, to what you were getting at there, Michael, about awards consideration and recognition, like it's not unreasonable to expect that and hope for that from Fable, because Playground is a studio that has not only never missed, they do nothing but make 9 out of 10s and 10 out of 10 video games. So there is a pretty good probability, higher than with most studios, even in Xbox's own portfolio, where it could be that good. Like it could be game of the year kind of good. So,
but that's also like the big test for this, right? It's like, can their development chops hold for this, which is so different from what they've done before. So it's a big question. Yeah,
absolutely. No, it's it is a new test, as you said, for sure. But boy, that developer direct we got in January, we talked all about it at the time. It's got me very, very, very optimistic, and we'll just have to see. We'll have to see when we hear from Fable next, and when we kind of get the confirmation on the release date, whether it's going to be this year or next year. Which segues me perfectly into the next phase of this conversation, which is kind of getting back to the Xbox showcase that's now been confirmed for June 7th. It's too early for actual predictions of what we think and what we want are going to be there. We'll do that closer to the actual show. But I did want to run through with you guys and talk about who we think might show something there, which studios, because I went through and thanks for checking out this clip from Unlocked, IGN's weekly Xbox show. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to watch the full episode at youtube.com/IGN Games. New episodes of Unlocked drop every Thursday on IGN Games. IGN.com, and your favorite podcast platforms. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.